Okay, now what happens if we're not centered at the origin?
Yeah, what if perhaps we're centered at a point h comma k, and that h and k is going to be a recurring point of interest for us. Like for circles, ellipses, and hyperbolas, it's the center point.
And you know what? It's the super secret opposite society.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you look here in our, we've got parentheses, and so
inside parentheses, you got to do opposite what it says.
So if this is x minus 2, h is actually a positive 2.
Right.
Or if it's x plus 2, well, h would actually be a negative 2.
Right.
This is basically the same information.
Except we're centered at a different spot.
Right, and so we're having to basically, in the other one, we would have had 0 plus or 0 minus whatever the values were. And so now we have to put in the h and the k.
Okay, let's dig in. Come on.
So find the focus direction, the focal width of each parabola. So this is the second column.
Right, because we're squaring the y.
So the focus, well, do we need to find the vertex? We should probably find the vertex.
I mean, vertex is, we need the vertex,
the
which
vertex
is negative
is
5,
be,
2.
Right, because the x part goes in the x,
and the y part goes with y.
And that should be familiar to what we've done.
We've done this 1,000 times. So if you've, honestly worked your homework, that shouldn't be a problem right there.
All right, so our focus then takes h plus p comma k.
We got to find p. Let's find p.
What's p?
Well, 4p is equal to 3.
Right, this part right here in front of our parentheses. So if 4p equals 3...
Wow, you write so tiny.
I can sometimes. P equals
3/4.
Good thing you're up close to the screen, huh?
That's right, that's right.
So that means that we need to do h.
Now this is opening up and down, so we need to go, it's got to go up, or we're opening left or right, so we're going to actually add this number, since it's positive, to the x value.
Right. So negative 5 plus 3/4, comma 2. And if I get a common denominator here,
that's going to be 20.
Negative 20 over 4 plus 3 is negative 17 over 4, comma 2.
Righto.
So that's our focus. How about our directrix?
So directrix is the line x equals, but now it goes on the other side. So where we just added 3/4 to negative 5.
Now we're going to do.
Now we're going to subtract.
So negative 5
minus 3/4.
And so that's negative 20/4 minus 3/4.
Which is minus 23.
Fourths.
And it's a line. It's a line. It's not a point. It's a line.
So
the line x equals. Yep. And then 4p. That's where we started to begin with.
So 4p was 3.
It was 3.
So the absolute value of that's still 3.
Yeah.
So our focal width is 3.
Yeah. Focal width part shouldn't be tough, because usually 4p is what we were given to start.
Yes, a lot of times. But
a lot
like
of times,
here,
but not every time.
Here, see, that's not happening. So to me, and we didn't do this on the last one. Let me find a good color. Okay, so to me, because of the way our standard form is, I would recommend we get this over to this side. And before we do that, let's put parentheses around this. We don't want to mess it up. If I want to move this negative 1/4, then I would multiply both sides by a negative 4.
Right.
So we can rewrite this as x plus 4 squared equals negative 4 y plus 1. And now
hey, we
know what 4p equals.
Yes.
So let's start with our vertex, though.
Vertex is negative 4, negative 1.
Right.
And remember,
x goes with x.
Yep,
y
every
goes
single
with y.
time.
And super secret opposite society.
That is correct.
Okay, our focus.
So the focus is going to be.
Now we're on the first column, right?
Right.
So we're going to add to our y.
So we got to find p.
Oh right, p here. This is 4p. 4p equals negative 4.
So p is negative 1.
That's correct.
Yep.
Because you divide both sides by 4.
Right.
So that means that I am going to.
Can you spell cup?
No.
Oh.
K plus p is negative 1 plus negative 1.
That's negative 2.
That is negative 2. So I'm just writing it out just for kicks and giggles. So negative 4 comma negative 2. That's where our focus is at. And what do we got now?
We need the directrix. So now we're going to go the other way. So where we did have negative 1 plus negative 1, we're going to do negative 1 minus negative 1, and it's a y equals situation.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Y equals.
Okay, y equals, for the directrix, k minus p. So
negative 1 minus negative 1.
Minus a negative 1.
Oh, I see what you did there.
So our line is y
Y
equals
equals 0. So it's the actual axis, the y-axis, yeah.
The x-axis.
4p. That's 4, because the absolute value of 4p is the absolute value of -4, and the absolute value of -4 is 4.
I couldn't agree more.
Of course you can't. I'm finally right.